Hey.
Hello. We are here. Oh, okay. Hi. I don't know why I'm always surprised. Like every time I do this, I'm surprised. Hi. Our uh welcome to our third episode of Emberwinds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Third
That's
episode.
three.
Episode 3 of Emberwinds. I am your lovely storyteller, Imani. Welcome to this game. And we're gonna try new exciting things today. Uh so let's start with introductions. Party time, you're next
Hi
first.
everybody. My name is Barty Time. I play Luthando of the Plains. I have the Atlanta, and I am Team Dad.
Wait, what?
Including all the grumpiness.
Oh no! I
Don't
mean,
forget the
listen, I'm
grumpiness.
not grumpy. I'm just not about the nonsense.
Just particular. You're very particular.
Tired of everyone's bullshit, TM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's fair. It's fair. It's
someone has to be.
Yes. Um, Jack, you're up.
Me? Oh, okay. I'm Jack or Draconics on Twitter. Um, I guess I'm the disillusioned ex city guard, Jarman. Um, he thought his city was great, but today, yeah, he realized it really wasn't, and agrees with Thunder 100% that it's awful here. And I'm the warrior of the group.
Cole.
Hello, I am playing Rowan, who is sort of, I don't know, he's not really agoraphobic. He's a sheltered archivist who also is blind and uses echolocation, which I think is, I don't know, that's something
He's
interesting.
baby.
And
If anyone's baby out of this party,
it's Rowan.
It's
Yeah,
Rowan,
that's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Rowan's
fair.
the baby. Rowan doesn't know
Um,
anything.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Yeah. Addie.
Yeah, I'm Adelaide Gardner, Adelaide on Twitter and everywhere else, and I am playing Alea, our ardent and Valley girl. Oh my god. We're in the sky and a worm. It's totally cool. I love
and
getting
who-
on Lathando's nerves.
oh my god, my neighbors are banging. Like I don't know if you hear banging in the
I
background.
can hear that. I can hear that.
Yep, that's my neighbors. It's great.
You should just say that your neighbors are making noise, because I'm pretty sure a whole lot of other people probably thought something else when you said
Yeah,
that.
when you said that, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
They're just making noise.
They're making noise. Anyway, who would like to do the recap of last episode? Actually, wait, before we do recap. Hi, so there's some fun things. So we're doing a giveaway. If you are in chat and like talking and stuff, you use the code EMBER to enter the giveaway. The giveaway is for one copy of Wailing Song, which is a vignette from the Emberwind universe, which you may or may not get to see some of. We'll see how that goes. If you donate bits, you give someone a reroll. If you donate, if you donate like straight up money via coffee or Streamlabs, you can give me an idea for my use at my discretion. And if you sub during September, you get it. I mean, you get it all the time, but it's currently September. So you can give someone an auto crit. So I think that's everything. I think for once I managed to hit all the points. Yay. So who would like to do the recap of last episode for anyone watching at home? That would be everyone watching at home.
I can give it a go.
Yeah, you go, you.
All right. So after defeating the old lady who didn't want us to get to the ship, we made it to the ship. And there was sort of some character background
Matching keychains.
talked about.
Said matching keychains.
Matching keychains?
Yeah, remember? Alea gave us all
I bought
matching
little
keychains.
welcome
Oh,
to
yes!
Axia tchotchkes.
Yes. Okay, I did forget that. And actually that's next on my notes. Alea bought Chotskis. Yeah, no, the characters talked a little bit, and Luthando was very, I don't know if upset's the right word, but just like, wait a minute, with everybody, and tired of everyone's shit, as you know. Then we are flying through a rough storm. There's a field of stars, and then a skyworm appears. And we tried getting away, and then we got swallowed by the worm. And we need to get out and needed crystals. And then the Chasers Guild shows up. And then I have written down a lady comes in and she does drugs. That's what I took away from lesson. She is doing blow and is ready to fight, and then we said no thank you, here's the ship, have a nice day.
Just say no to drugs. Just say no.
Yes, just say no to drugs, kids.
Listen, when someone's just like snorting things in front of you, your immediate reaction should not be, let's fight that person.
Exactly. You're like
Yeah.
this person is dangerous. Let's avoid fighting that.
And it's just a little blow. It's just a little blow. Okay, what's the problem? Okay.
We just want to get out of the worm. We're not here to.
I mean, listen. You could have fought her. It's fine that you didn't fight her. But one of the other things you forgot to mention is that you took Calvin, Hobbs's dog, and gave up Hobbs.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
also true.
I would like everyone to add Hobbs as dead weight to their character, because Hobbs now hates you when he wakes up.
Okay.
I forgot about
My
that. Yeah, that's a good
God.
point.
Hobbs will be upset when he gets up.
I mean, it sounds like a him problem because he shouldn't have did what he did. Shouldn't have opened his mouth.
Oh, okay. So currently you're in a skyworm. There are some pirates. They're not pirates. They're the Chasers Guild. I keep calling them pirates because they look like pirates, but they're not actually pirates. They're more like not Captain Hook, Peter Pan's Lost Boys, but bad. Would be the better description.
So are they children? Is it a group of children led by a cocaine snorting woman? Is this?
Was it a child snorting cocaine? Because I feel like that changes everything.
No.
We're gonna get banned on Twitch.
They're all adults.
Is it a cocaine snorting woman leading a pack of orphans? Is this Oliver Twist, but even worse?
The Pied Piper. Lord.
No.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh god.
On this episode of
You're
We're Terrible
welcome.
People.
Oh, that's great.
Clip that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Fine.
So illustrious DM, tell us more about these lost boys and the cocaine snorting woman.
So there's some things I'm gonna not necessarily retcon, but I'm gonna give you I'm gonna try to not information dump you because I forgot to mention them last time. But Darman, you will know that the Chasers Guild, and I guess technically Rowan would also know. They're sort of like the lower cities city guard, but they're not official. Like they're like I was saying
They're
last
a
time.
militia. They're a militia.
Yeah, they're like they're less of a militia and more of a gang,
Okay, so that's just like a vigilante gang kind of thing.
but they're kind of sanctioned by the council, and then the council knows they exist and doesn't do anything about them.
Like a fighters guild, but literally a fighters guild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, no, that doesn't change anything that happened. I was still
it
going the
doesn't
exact same
change
way.
anything. It just so Batman. No, it's not like Batman. They're not. They're more Peter Pan and okay, that was a bad reference.
It's like Peter Pan but Batman, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot happening with this guild. I think I understand now.
It's better to call it like.
Oh no.
They're
Oh
gray
no.
line. You know, it's a little gray territory.
Gray territory. Let's call it that. Gray territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you know about them is whatever they're doing, if they're here, it's probably bad, but not the worst thing in the world. But realistically, they probably did get their information from Hobbs. So once you hand Hobbs over to them, they will do the, what's the word for it when you're like trying to decide if you still want to pick this fight or not, but you probably shouldn't because you got what you wanted, but like you're a bully looking for a target, but your target was just like, sure, I agree with you. So that's
take my lunch money. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fasting anyway. It's cool.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And so, sorry, I'm like moving Zoom around. So they basically leave. They basically pack up all their stuff that they stole from your ship. You still have the crystal because they weren't actually interested in the crystal, though they did eye the crystal like, what are y'all doing with that? And I need to know, or I'd rather I not need to know, I would like to know what your course of action is, because technically speaking, this is not the crystal you were looking for, but you do now have a crystal.
Don't we have to use this crystal to get our ship working?
I mean, you don't use the whole crystal.
Oh, just shards of it?
Just like a part of it.
Well, I mean, it's not really doing anything in this worm.
Yeah, we can just take it.
So the other question is it the approximate size, dog? Is it the approximate size that is needed to solve the problem?
Surprisingly, probably.
Okay.
Probably. No, I'm just saying, like, you don't, like, it's about the approximate size, but, like, it wasn't the crystal you were looking for, so you don't know how big the crystal you were looking for actually was.
We were hired to do a particular job. I would prefer that particular job be done than to hear someone complain at me later.
I'm right there with you.
I agree.
Like okay, I guess I need to rephrase that. Your job specifically was to find a crystal and bring it back. This isn't your compass thing that was leading to the crystal that you had previously is now busted.
That fixed it.
You could, so realistically, you could take this crystal back to Kendrick, take this crystal back to Gelspar and not tell Kendrick, and then go find the one he wanted.
The question is, how would we find it?
Yeah, we gave away Hobbs. And I think
Well,
he's the only one.
Hobbs didn't know where we were going either.
No, well, Hobbs knew the general idea of where you were going because he had read the map. Like, he could...
Oh, we have a map. Okay.
Not a map, but he set the coordinates in the thing to, like, this is where we're going. Like, he put the code in the GPS saying this is where we're going. He didn't tell you where the GPS was leading. He didn't know where the GPS was going, but he knew the coordinates. Like, he knew the address, but you gave Hobbs away, so you no longer have the address.
Oh, well, we could just go back and get the address then if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is it still in the quote unquote GPS?
The GPS is broken. You crashed.
Okay.
Could we approximate where we were going? Like, we weren't taking turns through the air to go places,
no,
right?
we were pretty much going in like a semi-straight line, like maybe drifting off to the left, but right. Whatever.
Well, then I would like to see if I can figure, because he said it'd be like what, 3 days journey?
Yeah, like a 2 or 3 day journey.
And we were only out there for a day, right?
Yeah, it's only been one night.
Well, I say I try and navigate us there as best we can. If we don't find it within a day or two, we turn around, head back to our benefactor, and then get the actual coordinates and go back out.
Everyone agree with
that plan?
Okay. So you're gonna take the crystal that you have, or you're gonna leave the regular sized crystal, the skyworm crystal. The skyworm crystal. What would you like to do with that one?
Oh, we're bringing that on the ship.
Yeah,
bring
up as much of it as we can.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna load that up onto your ship, and you previously had investigated the ship, so you sort of know how it works. So you get it up and running, and you get it out of the hole that the Skyworm is in, or rather, you get your ship up and out of the hole that's in the Skyworm that the chasers had left because there was a giant harpoon that they stuck in it and then pulled it open. So as you're let me move my note. Page 103. All right, I need to like just stick to the thing. So the skies are surprisingly calm as you like. I mean, the Skyworm is still skyworming. It's not dead. It just got a hole in its side. It's not upset. I mean, it is upset, but like it's not upset at you.
I think we just want to get out of the worm. We want to get out of the worm and
So
get back first.
I'm gonna assume what you're gonna do is you're gonna like gently ease your way out of the worm and like kind of like fly up the side of it so it doesn't notice you. Because if not, you might get eaten again, and that would be bad. Like I'm gonna. Marquise, are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, we're just gonna slowly
Ease our way out, you know.
No, stop. Hold on.
Gonna slowly pull out of the worm and
Stop it.
Yeah, we're using the pull out method in this worm right now.
I can't.
Just-
I cannot.
Slowly, gently pulling out.
This
There
channel
is not
marked
enough
rated mature.
Copyright.
I wasn't prepared for today.
Oh my god. What even is this game anymore?
Listen.
That pullout game weak.
Episode 3.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for today.
My notes didn't prepare me for this.
Okay, we're out. Yeah, we're out.
You're out of the worm. You've like inched along the side of it, like you're like going. So basically, would you like to? The person that you have is powerful enough that you could make a break for it. You could say fuck it and run for it, and hope the worm is too injured to chase you, or you could sneak.
We kind
Obviously
of tore it up,
sneaking.
didn't we?
I mean,
I
from
mean,
the inside, I think.
The
I don't know.
inside, the outside is kind of it's a leviathan. I guess is like a lack of better term.
Hold on. There's a question. There's a hole in this thing. How does it feel about that?
It's not happy.
Okay.
It's sort of like So how would you describe this? How would I describe this?
Like, put it on on a human body. How big is this hole?
it's like
About
anchor.
yay.
It's about ship anchor size. It's like a harpoon size, like a large harpoon.
Holy Jesus! If I got harpooned.
Yeah, you got a harpoon wound.
No, I'm saying like if I would put a hole on my body to like approximate the size.
Like a shotgun blast.
Okay, so definitely not lethal or anything thereof.
Yeah, like if they were a person, you should probably get it looked at. But it's not a person, so it's gonna just let it heal over.
So we're gonna sneak. I'm just gonna say that I am currently captain. We're sneaking.
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna be like,
Yes.
John was gonna be
No,
like, hey,
agreed.
Alexander, what do you think? You know
Yeah,
these
Lubando
guys better than
knows.
we do.
Okay. So as you're sneaking, you sneak alongside it, and like you sort of. The thing about it is, all the sky looks kind of the same. Because you're in the sky, and like if you've ever been on a plane, looked out the window, everything sort of looks the same, no matter where you're going. So I'm gonna need you to do me what amounts to a fortune roll, but I don't know what that is called in this game. To see if you get lost, because that's a thing that's gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen.
What would a fortune roll be?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna look up your character sheet real fast.
Knowledge?
Okay, everybody
Yeah,
roll a
fine.
percentage die. We're gonna roll on the wild magic table here.
Oh no.
Hey,
I would
maybe another
never.
worm. Maybe another worm's gonna come and eat us.
I mean, would you like another worm to come and eat you?
No.
Are you
I'm
sure?
good. Nah, one is enough, you know?
Not in this fanfic.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. Okay, hold on. Roll20's being silly. I hate this wait for your thing to open and a bit that it does. I need you to roll for me. It will be a knowledge roll. It's just a straight knowledge roll. Whoever would like to, and whoever gets, you'll be in charge of directions.
I have good knowledge. I don't know if it applies to this, but I have the good knowledge.
Cool. Someone should, because I did not.
That's a natural 20. My knowledge
Nice,
is
so
a
you're
7.
definitely not-
Oh,
Huh?
damn.
My
Wait,
knowledge
what?
is my knowledge is 7.
Oh, okay, cool. So you will manage to get your bearings as you get out of the worm, and you'll like be able to like be like, no, we're going this way. Like from based on the clouds and the stars and the way the world works, and your knowledge from the archives, you can basically figure out the direction that you need to be going. But now you're aware there are skyworms out in the world, so you're going to be traveling a little bit slower. Also, who would like to investigate the rest of the ship while you travel?
Like our wrecked ship?
Yeah, like you're wrecked to figure out what needs to be fixed and if there's anything you can do to fix it.
Oh, I wouldn't
mean,
know
I'll
anything
do
about that.
I can help as well.
What are we rolling here?
No, you're not rolling anything. You're going to go investigate the ship.
Yes.
So as you're investigating, you will take stock of what you have left, and you'll know you only have about the fridges, but not fridge. Well, I'm gonna call it an ice box. Only has kebabs in it.
I love kebabs.
That's good to me.
Man does not live on kebabs alone, okay?
Clearly not living right then.
No, they're uncooked kebabs.
This
They're prepackaged, uncooked, frozen kebabs.
this banter, I just feel like belongs in like either a Dragon Age or a Mass Effect game. Like that's what I'm picturing as you're wandering the ship and the characters are just talking back. You're not living right then.
So you take stock of that. Like you are aware and taking stock of that. Just so you know when you're traveling what you have to work with in terms of food.
Gotcha. Hold on a moment.
How
Hold
long
on
was
a
the
moment.
journey here?
It's only been a day. It's only been
Okay.
it's been like one night cycle, and the thing you're going is 3 night cycles away from you.
Do any of you naturally know how to cook?
Well,
I'm going to assume that's a no.
I can heat things up. I'm an
That's-
ardent. I'm gonna take a little liberty and take and I'm gonna snap my finger, a little flame, just a little vague flame. You know.
Cooking is more than just producing flame.
Well, I mean, I can season things.
And just looks at Cole and Draman.
I had a lot of free time during my injury, I guess, my recovery. So I can cook.
Well,
Rowan just shakes his head.
Yeah.
okay.
No.
Qualifiers are good. I like qualifiers.
Okay, so but you are aware, the two of you at the very least, as you're exploring the ship, are aware that things that were in the hold are now gone. The food supplies are only good for about 2 cycles, so don't wander too far, or else I don't know how long people can go without food, but you'll probably be fine for a couple of days.
I think it's like a week.
Yeah.
It's a week. I don't know. I can't remember if it's water or feed.
I can
Water
never-
is 3 days. You can live off of food, no food for 3 weeks.
Okay.
You can live with no food for 3 weeks?
I think you can actually sometimes live longer than that with no food, but you can only live without water for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good to know.
That's a weird fact I feel like I remember from like The Hatchet or something.
It's 3 days, 3 weeks, and what's the other one? Because it's 3 groups of 3s. I can't remember what the other one was. Something else that you need.
I don't know. Water, food, and sleep.
Oh,
It might be sleep actually.
Sleep,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, that's a good guess.
72 hours before sleep psychosis sets in.
Okay, good to know. Thank you for all this valuable information. I appreciate. Let me take some notes.
Oh, okay. Apparently, we're gonna be
Well,
starving in this game and
be starving,
dehydrated
suffering.
and not sleeping.
So, what do you, you're basically left to your own devices for about 30, maybe 40 or so minutes as you're traveling, as you're exploring the ship. It's not a very big ship. Before you like hit every nook and cranny. Is there anything you'd like to discuss with your teammates about your plans going forward?
Do you think there's gonna be anyone else after us or this ship?
Well, the
Ideally not.
The tracker is broken, and Hobbs is gone. The contraband is gone. So unless the ship itself is wanted by somebody, I don't think so.
Unless somebody wanted Hobbs?
Well,
Don't know
the
who's
Chasers now have Hobbs, so they can go to the Chasers for Hobbs.
Okay. This journey was a lot more dangerous than I expected. Do you think we're gonna meet anyone else coming after this crystal?
I assume so, just by sheer bad luck being associated with. He just points back in the direction that hell place.
John just nods like, yeah.
That tracks.
It tracks. It's fine. It's fine. So you'll travel like a day cycle and then a night cycle, or no, a whole day cycle into the night, and you don't come like you might hear things that sound like another skyworm, but you don't see another skyworm. But you also don't see anything else. Like you haven't come across Lathanda will know, generally speaking, if you travel, you come across like flying rocks, like little ones, and like that's basically like nothing big enough to hold a crystal. You ever come across an island or whatever Kendrick had sent you for, like whatever you're looking for, like nothing seems big enough, nothing seems to be gathering to form the space that you'd be needing. And so you can continue traveling, but remember the amount of food you have and water and sleep. I mean, you're probably fine on sleep. Don't worry about sleep.
That's why I said maximum of 2 days, and then we just turn right back around and go back to where we came. Go back to where we were.
And I will ask you, and you can discuss this amongst yourself. What are you going to do with your crystal when you get it back?
Well, I mean, actually, this isn't the type of crystal that Maddox is looking for, is it?
Not necessarily. I
mean, it might be, maybe.
It is the right kind of crystal. You don't know if it's the right size of crystal.
That makes sense.
Like, there's only so many kinds of crystals, and this is definitely the crystal you have, just not. It could be bigger.
The one.
I mean, Maddox should probably know that this Catcher's Guild is out there.
Again, Hobbs. But more importantly, they weren't after the crystal. They were after whatever Hobbs was smuggling.
Did anyone know what Hobbs was smuggling?
Nope, do not care.
I feel like this is one of those situations where it's better to not know.
I will say this. Let's say that we do end up going back because we can't find the crystal we're looking for. Do we tell Maddox that we have this one, or do we not? I say we do. I have no reason to keep this crystal.
Well, he seems trustworthy enough.
At the very least, it might buy the city some time. even
How
if
much
it isn't the right
money
size.
the city had before it fell out of the sky?
I don't think he knew exactly.
Like a couple weeks,
Okay.
maybe a couple months. Not a whole year. Not a whole year.
Long
Less
enough.
than a year.
Long enough for us to get back and give him this one. And maybe it buys them an extra month. Who knows? Any objection to that?
No,
Nope.
we have no reason to keep it.
Excellent.
Okay. You have no reason.
reason to keep it?
No. It's,
I mean, you probably could sell it.
theoretically, yes. Theoretically, so it would buy you favor of the nobles if you brought them the crystal instead, and Alana would know that the court politics would be interested in this case crystal. They wouldn't use it for good, necessarily the best for Gelspar, but like if you don't want to side with Maddox, that would be your other option.
They can take a long walk off a short island. Yeah. So obviously this goes to Maddox.
Yeah.
I think that would be wise.
I'm going to give you another day of travel before you still haven't, like, you know what you find when you're finding more of, the further away you get, and Vivando, this will be of interest to you. There are small floating islands, but none of them as big as Gelspar. Like none as big as Gelspar, none as big as Ardell. Sorry. So I failed to describe Gelspar and Ardell properly when we first started. Gelspar is the thing floating below Ardell, and Ardell, they're tethered to one another, and each of them have a crystal. Gelspar's crystal's bigger, holding it up. So if Gelspar falls, the important part is they will pull the city that it's attached to down with it.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing that size has come across, but that's interesting because usually you'll come across at least one other large island, and like you see ones that are big, but nothing that sustains people or people living. Like plants that take it over this, like that kind of thing. And so you can explore them if you'd like to explore nature, or you can turn back around and head back to.
If we haven't found the place where we think
You're not sure you have it past it because you don't have good directions.
right, then yeah, I would probably just say, all right, I don't think we know precisely where we're going, so we should probably turn around.
Yeah, we're running low on kebabs. By the way, do you want one?
They taste delicious. They are rosemary and lamb kebabs. They
Ooh,
are
fancy.
You can only eat the same things so many times before
Yeah.
it really
I can
just start-
confirm.
before you just be
Yeah.
like, I'm done with this.
okay.
No. More
No,
for me then, I guess. More for me.
Londo will eat because he obviously has to keep up his bigness, but he does not appreciate it.
Okay. Sorry, I just need to find a page. I don't know why I can't see. This is very strange. You turn to page. Page 98. Oh, okay. It's a quiet, endless blue sky. As you take Scott. There's a page missing, and it's our no. As you take stock of your situation, And the hearth crystal that you have, after this using a small shard to power your ship, you make it back to Ardell again. It takes you about 3 days. So realistically, you've been gone about 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 5 days since you saw the chasers.
Gotcha.
Just for time points of reference. Hobbs is probably awake and angry, but that's a later problem.
Again, not my morgue, not my corpses. When we get back to Ardell, Alea, will you please retrieve Maddox? I don't want to carry, just points at the crystal, that through the entirety of the city.
It would be my pleasure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As Ardell comes in, Adriel comes into view. However, the closer you get to it, why do you make that face at me?
This is my face. I was born with it. This is just what happens. Please accept it.
It's a beautiful face. It's a beautiful face. Sometimes it looks at me like, oh God, what have I done? And I'm just like, I haven't done anything yet. But you'll notice that Ardell, as it comes into view, you can smell it before you see it. You smell smoke.
Like the entirety of the city is on fire, or just like one part of the place we're going is on fire?
Or is someone having a barbecue? Okay.
It's just one tragedy after another.
I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place.
You know, I wasn't particularly thrilled to be in the library all the time. Being inside all the time gets old, but
Or would you like to return to being back inside all the time? Because the outside world just seems like a terrible place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair assessment. So what do we see with our visions?
Basically, with your eyes, you can see that what's happened specifically is the things that were like tethering Gelspar to Ardell has slowly started to be, well, they've been cut, for lack of better terms. Like someone's trying to free Ardell from Gelspar. Considering that you know that Kendrick was telling you that Gelspar was falling.
Which would...
Yes?
Okay. So if Ardell and Gelspar are cut from each other, just like complete severed, do they just start drifting off in different directions?
One towards the ground and the other probably a little lower, but probably fine-ish, probably.
Cool. Is there a current riot going on about that? Because I feel like people would be real upset.
People are real upset, and you can see as you get closer. Sorry, there's like a fire. There's a siren behind me. 1 second.
I mean, that makes sense given, the city is on fire. It's fine. I'm sure that's fine.
It's just real world immersion into the story.
Method acting.
So you'll see as you get closer, you'll recognize Darwin, and actually you all recognize them kind of. They're all chaser ships, and they're like herding people. Herding.
Herding,
Yeah,
like
no.
sheep. Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
I heard that.
And it looks, you can't really tell where they're herding the people, but there's kind of like not mass chaos, but like minor chaos. Like, it's like, imagine.
Is it like people panicking, or is it people fighting?
It's people panicking. So imagine like 2 days after a natural disaster.
I live in the UK. We haven't really had a natural disaster, so I have no clue what that looks like.
Okay, so for reference, basically, after general natural disasters, there's like the calm before as they like start. Everyone's like bands together, like save people and protect what they have left.
Okay.
And so like nothing bad. They're not fighting because currently they don't know what's happened. All they know is that Gelspar, what are they called? The ropes, ties, whatever you want to call it, the metal and wood things that hold Ardell to Gelspar that were built to are falling apart, falling into disrepair.
Okay. Okay, I guess we Luciana, do you think
you can choose there. This is a fun crossroads decision that you get to make.
Oh, fun.
Yes. You can choose to bring the crystal to Kendrick immediately, because by doing so, Gelspar will be able to float on its own. Alternatively, you can try to save Gelspar yourself, skipping Kendrick, and just going to do it yourself.
Why would I skip Kendrick?
Yeah.
Because that's the options that they gave me.
I mean, I guess if we don't trust Kendrick,
you don't trust Kendrick if you don't like Kendrick, if you think because remember that when you started this, when you got to the sky elevator originally, there was that woman there from the council who was just like, I'm up to something, and you guys kicked her ass and sent her on her way.
To hell.
No, yeah, I think we should give this to Kendrick, and maybe if we can deal with the separation of the two islands afterwards, we can.
Okay.
But having Gaspar at least be stable would be very helpful. I don't think would be much help if we're falling while also trying to connect the two islands. Does that sound good?
Yes, I think that makes sense.
You seem unsure.
No, just say that again because I lost the train of thought that I had.
I think we should go through Kendrick. I think we should give him the crystal, and then if we have time afterwards, help with whatever the hell is going on.
I am wholeheartedly agree. I don't know anything about this crystal or this city. Kendrick seems to be the most knowledgeable. Let's just let him take care of it.
Yeah.
So do we all agree on that? We're all agreeing, yes, Addie? Okay.
Yeah, I think Kendrick's great to go find.
So as you set a course specifically for Ardell, so like the higher end of, instead of going for Gelspar, the higher end, you wind up at Kendrick's private docks at the Span, because okay, let's unload this crystal and do this thing. Because of the kind of chaos, that's happening, you slip in unnoticed, and Kendrick is waiting. He had been, I guess, pacing, for lack of better terms, waiting for you to show back up. He seems a little upset, but given what's going on, not surprising. When he sees you, the tension in his shoulders fade, and he goes like, "Okay, this is I can do this. Better late than never," he says as you disembark. Do you have the crystal?
We have a crystal.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, okay. Thank you. That could have probably gone better, but I see the expedition was well worth the risk because of the current situation.
Situation?
Chasers have Hobbs. Apparently he was smuggling. He told them what we were doing or we were going, and he also was smuggling something that they wanted. So we gave them what he was smuggling, and we gave them Hobbs.
Okay,
No, yeah,
that's
I think it's
not good, but
you should probably vet the people you hire. Just a bit of advice.
Yeah, no, I will not be working with him again. He just mentally crosses him off a list of people that he's willing to work with.
Well, he's done.
Yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. And he'll tell you that while you were gone, the council became aware of Gelscar, not aware, but decided that it was tired of Gelspar's dead weight. Especially if Kendrick was to be believed that Gelsbar was going to fall. So they had and she's telling, Kendrick is telling you this as you walk.
Mhm.
Do you tell them about the Chasers?
Oh yeah, we told
Yeah,
him about that too.
Oh, okay. Specifically about the Chasers. Okay. And so he's going to tell you that while you were gone, basically, the council decided that Gelsbar was a lost cause. And if it's going to fall now or later, it doesn't matter. It's going to fall eventually. So let's the ties and hope for the best. And they were using the Chasers. They had apparently bought their loyalty back. Kendrick is not sure how they managed to do that. Kendrick is still investigating that. That's like beyond his current knowledge pool. And it's a pity, he'll say, that Gelsbar couldn't stay attached, but this might be for the better. Because Gelsbar is like, so I guess a way to describe this is Gelsbar is hanging on by a thread. So putting the crystal in will make Gelsbar float on its own, but it no longer needs Ardell to like. Sorry, there's sirens in the background. There's no, basically Gelsbar and Ardell are no longer intricately linked to intrinsically linked to one another. They are now gently linked to one another. And so he'll put the crystal where the crystal belongs, and Gelsbar will like sort of right itself. And you can see people like as you're like coming through the city, like people are like looking at like Kendrick's like leading you on a procession. Leading you in a procession, basically, not dramatically, but like this is the quickest way and happens to be through the not most public way, but it's not like a secret passage. And so when they see him, they get very excited, especially because you have the crystal with him. He has some of his private guards helping you carry it. And when they get to the Skylight Inn, I believe it's, or what is it called? I can't remember. Shoot. When you're to the inn from before, and put the crystal in place, the city sort of like he like moved, like between the two crystals, they sort of like you can hear the city start to like untilt itself where it had been like kind of like not untilt itself, but like right itself as like you're going through turbulence. Like if you were on a plane, you were going through turbulence, and the plane is suddenly no longer going through turbulence as it like slows down. That is the. I thank you greatly for your assistance, and I look forward to working with you again on future endeavors. Where did you find this crystal? If this is not the crystal that.
Oh yeah,
The giant worm.
yes. Can we get paid extra? Just
We were eaten after
You were-
all.
Yeah.
I agree. I tend to agree.
My
My dress was
nod, like
ruined.
yes, like no, that's fair. That's a valid for something that was not supposed to be life threatening. It should have only been people threatening. Basically, the only thing Kendrick anticipated getting in your way were people, not a skyworm. So he's like, yes, no, totally okay. I will pay you extra. I will keep you in my closest of confidants. Not closest of confidants, but like I trust you more than I trust Hops. What do you do with this information?
I mean, I still follow up. So the chasers, they're under the nobles' payroll. They're herding people down there. What is happening?
Kendrick will tell you that the noble people were trying to keep the population of Gellspar from basically mass evacuating. And again, since you've never had a major disaster, you don't know what happens with rich people when poor people try to get near them. They go, fuck no.
No, well, that's kind of fucked up. Okay.
And he's like, I've been trying to use my personal guard to like ferry people secretly, not secretly, ferry people from Gellspar up to Ardell, but like there's only so much I can do. But thankfully you brought this crystal, so this is no longer a problem. Gellspar will no longer be under the foot of Ardell. They are now. He's like real happy about this. Now able to stand on their own.
Kendrick, this crystal isn't the one that I'm assuming you and your I'm assuming the chasers found. How long is this going to last?
He will tell you that he needs to do research. Like he has, like there needs to be studies and research and science and weight and testing and magic things done to figure out how long. But this is a brand new whole crystal. And he promises that he's gonna have his personal guard stand guard over this crystal to keep people from again chipping away from it. But again, that's a short-term solution to a long-term problem because the crystal is power and light and used for various things. So having a second crystal is better than the original busted crystal, but having a third crystal that they could use as a resource would be even better. But that's a problem for not fixing Gellspar right now is the bigger issue. We're not fixing Gellspar, but getting Gellspar back to tip-top shape.
Independent floating.
Yeah, getting Gellspar independent floating. And he wants to know if you would like to help him make his vision for the world come true.
Just can you run through your vision just real quick? Because I will be honest with you, Kendrick. Wording it like that makes it sound kind of it makes it sound like a supervillain. I'll be honest. So can you just like run me through what your vision is?
Yeah. So let me find the lines about his vision. Let me find the line about his vision. He wants Gellspar to flourish. He thinks that, okay, so Alana will know this because you know court politics. And court politics are fun. Most of the people who are on the council are people who are from the city's foundings. Like they're from long lines of families of people who've been in charge of the city for a long, long time. However, the real power in the city is the merchants because they have all the money. But they're all nouveau rich, I guess is the only way to describe it. And the council is not a fan of the nouveau rich, and they're definitely not a fan of Kendrick because Kendrick is like the leader of the nouveau rich. But they're like the young progressive vision for the city. It's basically the merchants. They may not all have the same idealistic view of what they should do to Gellspar as Kendrick does, but generally speaking, the council is stagnant old people who have been doing this for a long time and aren't necessarily what's the word for it? Caring about the little people. And Gellspar's just like dead weight that they would like to remove if they could, and this was the perfect opportunity for them to try it.
Well, as much as I do love money, I don't really like stepping on those who actually need it.
Where's the Hercules? So you're siding. You're.
What is that face for, Luthando?
I simply found that to be a commonsensical and altruistic thought coming from you.
I came from poverty, you know.
I have found that those who tend to come from poverty often forget that they were ever poor in the first place.
That's the thing about me. An elephant never forgets.
I could make a terrible joke at your expense, but I will choose not to because you have proven to be someone of at least decent character for the moment.
I will take that as the highest of compliments coming from you.
It was meant as both a dig and a compliment, but I appreciate your
I'll take it.
positivity.
I just turned around like they're gonna be best friends.
They're gonna be best friends. It's gonna be fine. And so Alana is siding with Kendrick. In terms of his are you siding with Kendrick? Who's siding?
For sure, Kendrick.
I mean, there's Kendrick or there's the nobles, and
nobles
Wait,
cut
there's
the
also
girls.
becoming space pirates. It's also becoming space pirates and saying "fuck you all." Like they're.
yeah, but that doesn't work for Lothondo, who's
Yeah.
very much against piracy of all forms.
Well, I think space pirates in the vaguest sense of space pirates. You have a ship.
Listen,
You can just leave. You can
I'm
go find out
already
your
part
family.
of. I'm already a part of a little franchise that doesn't understand what piracy means. Yeah, I'm calling you. I'm calling you out on a different show. So yeah, but no, we are not going to just start robbing people in the skies. We are going to take care of people because that is what Luthondo was raised to do: protect people. Good boy.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good. That's
Best
good.
boy.
That's a good life phase. I appreciate oops, your decision to
We should have all played evil characters and made this a lot more interesting.
Oh, I like that
all
he
play
teaches
evil
characters.
characters
He's
if you're-
good. He's good. I love it. I love it. Because he's kind
This
of a
game would've
hard
gone
ass,
so much
but
shorter.
he's,
This
you
game would've-
know,
It
he's
would've
got
been a
the
lot
best
shorter.
intentions.
So
Tea.
Yeah, Kendrick, we'll help you with your vision.
okay. The more, and he'll tell you word for word. The more that I learn about the council's apathy, I'm sure. The more that you learn about the council's apathy, like me, it disgusts me. I wouldn't be surprised if they knew about the Skyworm and didn't do anything about it as well, considering their own disinterest in anything that doesn't directly affect them. He'll tell you that tomorrow, there's going to be we've returned just in time. Well, not just in time, but it could have been worse. That in the coming days, there will be a meeting of the Council of Nobles. And he would like you to attend with him.
A party? I love it. Let's go.
This sounds absolutely awful.
Can I dress you all up? Oh my goodness.
I will go in my city guards armor. Thank you for the offer though.
And
Rowan looks
Luthondo
at-
like takes off the coat,
No.
just slings it over his shoulder, and he just looks at Kendrick and he's like, "I'm gonna go dressed like this."
He will make like this, like he's making a series of faces, and he goes, "You know what? No, it's okay. It's okay.
This is fine. This is fine.
I'm not gonna disrespect your culture and your people by telling you that you're dressed inappropriate for a mass meeting, because this could be what your people wear."
You know, it's
It is
fine.
not.
It's just nipple tassels all the way down.
We don't know that though.
And Kendrick is very accepting and understanding, and Kendrick wants.
And I will ride that all the way to the bank. So yes,
Phrasing.
I mean, really, considering the fact how little I have on right now, think it's appropriate. So, are we ready?
So he'll be like, you have a day to like gather yourself, but he needs you to tell. Like he wants to make one last public plea to the council.
Mm.
And so he needs you to retell your story as to what happened with the Skyworm, with the crystal, what the lack of your trip. Tell them about your trip and convince them that they should give a shit. They won't, but he doesn't believe they'll give a shit. But and he'll be like, there is a vice admiral that I need to speak to later today about various things.
Cabbages and kings. Sorry.
What?
Nope. Don't. Please don't. Please ignore me.
Rowan, I know I said I am fine with going in just my armor. Because I am. I like to tell Alea, like, I am fine with it. But
You seem so underdressed, though. Or overdressed, as he just like
Yeah,
to himself.
And I just look at Lieutenant like, wait, what? No, I'm fine in my armor. But
Okay.
Rowan, do you want to wear something else? You've kind of worn this to the library.
I mean, it's rather than like his robe is like it's kind of rather sparkly. Like it's dark purple, but it like shimmers gold, and it's like I don't know. I think I look okay.
How about we step outside and make our preparations for the day, so that we are all prepared? Does that sound amenable to you, Maddox?
Yes, and he'll be like, I have to go speak with not Vice Admiral. Is it Vice Admiral? Just regular Admiral.
Where should we be staying tonight?
You can stay with me.
We'll be back later. Luthando puts a hand on Drummond's shoulder and then a hand on Cole's shoulder and then like squeezes Alea between them and just starts taking them outside together.
Okay. Where are you going?
Okay,
Just
okay.
outside.
Where are we going? What's happening?
I just had a quick question. Why can you make spider webs?
This. What brings on that question?
You did it. I want to know how you do it.
It's just magic.
How can you really do it?
Is this... And like Jarman kind of steps in between Rowan and Luthando.
And like Luthando just like looks around. Drummond the whole time just staring down Rowan. Rowan.
Is this exactly something you need to know?
Well, we are going to be working together for the foreseeable future. I would just like to understand how it is that you are able to do that.
Innate ability.
Innate to what?
I will point out, just as an aside, you're in technically Gelspar, and it is still kind of smoky and on fire.
Innate.
Technically speaking, in the middle of what amounts to the like, if the closest to a natural disaster that this would be an earthquake.
Yeah, so basically just like innate to what?
Yeah, like you just see like a building collapse behind us.
That's fine.
Not
Great
a problem.
concept.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Character plot is more important than the world ending.
I think Rowan doesn't say anything. He has hands kind of in front of him thinking, and at his sides you see it looks like, so he has hands here, but it looks like he like lifts his hands up under the cloak, even though his hands are here, and he just kind of smiles. You can see like his cheeks do the thing when you smile, because obviously he's like covered, but you can tell he's smiling under his mask.
Jarman kind of like tilts over just to be in eyeline again, because Luthando keeps moving. She's like, is this? Do you need to know this?
Certainly. And he just kind of like points to himself again. I have nothing to hide. So I
Yes,
find
I
people who
noticed.
do rather disconcerting.
I hide myself so that people don't feel that way.
Certainly shouldn't have to do that.
Hmm.
It may be possible that he does.
No, never mind.
It's more comfortable this way, let's say.
For other people,
Them and me.
Fonda will take a step back and just put on his coat again. Is there anything you all need to acquire before tomorrow?
I don't think so.
I mean, I would like to eat something other than kebabs.
Please. I don't want to think about spiced meat right now.
It's such good spice meat.
As he just like looks, there's pretty much enough roasting flesh already.
Yeah. Should we do anything about this?
Are you asking me, or who are you asking?
Oh no, this is
then?
this is just to listen. This is to the party. Like,
Okay.
Should we?
I want to, but I also recognize that fighting 50
Herblam.
armed guards seems like the foolish action to take. So it would be better if we talked to the council.
Well, I'd never thought I'd hear something like that from you.
Please do not make this worse. I already want to punch myself because I can't punch the problem.
That would make things easier if we could.
So, do you, Alea, have anything you need to do?
Well, I need a new dress. And I just kind of gesture to worm sludge covered me.
Oh, that's true. We have been kind of in. Yeah.
Been in a worm. You haven't taken a shower. I mean, you have taken a shower, but like it's been like a boat shower. Been an airship shower. It's not like a real hot shower. So you'd like to find no place will, so realistically, no place will currently serve you in the state that you're in. So realistically, you'd probably go back to Kendrick's house and change, which you have changed into clean clothes. You were at Kendrick's house. Would you like to leave his house to get food, or would you like to eat try to find someone in his own manner that he exists in?
I mean, if someone's in Kendrick's house that will make us food, I mean, why not just?
Yeah.
The thing about Kendrick's house is you've seen security, but not staff. You've seen maybe one staff person. Most of Kendrick's household is out and about trying to deal with what's going on in Gelspar. He sent out his own personal people. Hey, go do what you do best elsewhere. We're fine up here. But you can go to his kitchen and eat his food.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay, so as you get to the kitchen, you will. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Kendrick is in there, and he's talking to someone who is in their 20s. So if Kendrick's in his 40s or 50s, the person he's talking to is younger than him, but looks sort of like him. And Alana, you will recognize this as Piper Maddox. You haven't seen her recently, but you know that she is his granddaughter. And that her parents previously had been killed due to various things. Conspiracy theories abound, but he adopted his granddaughter. He took her in. But she's generally speaking not someone that they don't spend a lot of time together. Like if you see Kendrick somewhere and you see Piper somewhere, they're not the same place. Like they run in different circles despite being family. And they're having a not loud discussion, but a hushed discussion. Like Kendrick is like trying to like explain something. And she's just like telling him no. What's that face?
I'm just curious, like, why is she saying no?
Yeah,
What's the problem?
Can we make out anything they're saying?
Drama.
Are we eavesdropping? My question is, are we eavesdropping?
Absolutely, we're eavesdropping.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
I'm a professional eavesdropper.
Okay, cool.
I haven't dropping no eaves.
I drop no eaves.
I need stealth checks from all of you to sneak basically into a place that you could hide.
15 over 13.
My stuff isn't great. I made it 14 over 13.
16 over 13.
Okay.
18 over 13.
Oh, cool.
None
So
of us
you're-
have stealth.
No.
Oh no, my stealth is 13, but I rolled 18.
I just mean that none of us took stealth as anything that we're good in.
Oh, I thought you meant I didn't make it. I was like, no, I did. I made it for once. My dice didn't betray me.
So as you all basically pile into a storage closet.
So it's basically just like, it's Alea, Cole, Drum, and Lathondo.
Just all pile in there, right?
Just like you just see heads pop up, just boop, 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 boop.
So
Scooby-Doo episode.
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's what's gonna happen today. We're gonna solve some mysteries and deal with some family drama. Fun
Is that what
fact.
happens in Scooby? I mean, I guess it does kind of happen in Scooby-Doo family drama. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what all the old men are trying to get rid of people off their property for, so they can
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
the gold or the oil or whatever? It's always getting rid of family.
Kendrick is trying to convince Piper to come with him to the council meeting tomorrow. That he would like her at his side because she is Alana, you know this. Despite being Kendrick's granddaughter, sorry. She was basically sent off to a common merchant family to live her life out of the public eye. So him asking her to be there is like, what do you want? That you need your family here. Like, what Machiavellian plot do you have going on that you need a family to look good?
Okay.
Marriage.
Love it. I love it.
Arranged marriage.
Oh.
Okay, that is an option. That is an option. Who would like to marry Piper? She's very pretty. Actually, what does Piper look like? Where's Piper's shoe at?
I don't want to marry Piper.
I think Ron and I are good. You know.
Yeah, we're good. Yep.
We can make it happen. We can make it happen.
All the guys are fine. Alea, would you like to marry Piper?
I would love. I will marry anyone. You know.
I'll show you what Piper looks like. I'll put it in chat.
So, I'm gonna need you to say a little bit more discernment, madam.
That's not the picture of what she's currently wearing, but that's what she generally speaking looks like.
Oh. Okay.
This is a picture for her like.
Oh, here. Okay. Oh, all right. She's fancy.
Come
No,
through,
that's what she's
White
currently wearing.
Morgan.
She's not currently.
I'd marry that.
I mean,
I
there's
want
no
that cape,
Rowan,
though.
but you know, it's cool.
I want that cape.
Aww.
Yeah, I just want her clothes.
Oh.
Alea's like, do I want to be her or do I want to fuck her?
Oh, I want to be her so bad. Oh, the white and the gold. Oh, okay. Moving past that before Marquise loses it.
I love it.
I love how about the Darwin Rowan cute moment that slipped past that I don't think anyone but me heard?
What?
Oh, we
Who?
heard. We heard. I heard.
Wait.
It was very adorable.
Oh yes.
So. Oh, thank you, Val, for putting that in chat. She's not dressed like that. She's dressed like in regular people clothes. Kind of dirty, kind of like she's obviously been out in the Gelsbar doing things. So Alana, you know that she is, like I was saying, she was raised out of the fancy merchant point of view. She was raised by like a regular merchant. And she sees her grandfather, but like not like they're not. She doesn't live there. You know she doesn't live here. Eventually, she will be like, fine, like kind of like giving in to like the amounts of peer pressure that she's being pressured by her grandfather to appear at this thing tomorrow, and like storm off. And Kendrick will kind of like stand there watching her. Before going to the equivalent of the fridge to like get food. But you're all hiding in the closet.
Damn it, not this place again.
I know.
You're all hiding in a closet.
I finally left the closet. Don't put me back in there.
Oh gosh. So yeah, once Piper leaves, fuck it. Luthanda's just gonna come out.
And do it again.
Suddenly, somewhere in the world, Diana Ross is playing.
Out. I'm coming. Anyways, yeah, so Luthanda will just open the door.
Kendrick will be like, the heck were you eavesdropping?
It's fine.
No, we thought the kitchen was in. Yeah, we were eavesdropping.
So why do you want her there? She doesn't look like she'd be very much use.
I need you to. I'm trying to decide if this is fast talk or leadership. Because he doesn't necessarily want to tell you, but he doesn't also want to be rude.
I mean, I'll take leadership. Come on now. I give off a very stern aura. You can trust me.
You, Stern? Never.
What, do you think I'm whimsical and fun? Where do you think I'm hiding this persona?
I'll accept your leadership. Kendrick trusts you and he thinks you're in charge of this party.
18/7.
Oh, nice. You're like really good at this. Kendrick will tell you that he is advancing in the age, and he wants her to be his official heir, and that she needs to start doing the with the separation of Gelsbar from Ardell. He's glad to have seen it to this point, but he knows that he's not going to see it forever. He's not going to be here forever to do the thing. He would like Piper to step into his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And that she has the skill. She lacks the what's the word for it? The belief in herself that she can do it. She thinks little of herself. Not little of herself, but she, like, in comparison in terms of power dynamics, she doesn't see her as, like, she's not a person who plays politics. And he wants her to get the practice of playing politics type deal. And wants her to come because he wants to show a united front in front of the council even if they destroy him, there's still more people behind him than just him.
What does she want to do?
Being an accountant.
We said that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that was a Marquise reaction, not Luthando.
Yeah.
Like, you would rather be an accountant than the lady of a manor? What is wrong with you? Get it together, homegirl. Get it together. This is power, political power, wealth, like
She wants to be an accountant.
everything. I'm okay. Hold on. There's nothing to say against any of the accountants out there.
Wow, look, our viewer just dropped. We had 18 accountant viewers, and they all
This
just
is
left.
nothing to
Bye.
say against the
Goodbye.
accountants out there. But I mean, if you had the power to be an accountant or like a lord or a lady, I'm pretty sure we know which one you'd take. Why? Because of the perks. I mean, you get to take vacations in other places. I mean, long ones too. We're not talking like a week vacation. We're talking like a month vacation in other cities. You get your own ships. You get to boss around your own people. Like, sure, you have to deal with the occasional assassination every now and again, but like every job has its, downsides. At least you're not, slaving away under the throes of capitalism, having your labor exploited. But that's just another thing for another day. Anyways. So Luthando will then say, why not just let her be an accountant, whatever that is? What is an accountant?
They deal with finances and money and making sure money is accounted for.
But
Technically, I'm a form of an accountant.
you just
Some
count
would
it.
say.
Why do you need someone to count it for you?
Well,
To double check your work.
How much
Make
money
sure
do
you're
you
not-
people have?
She's not my
Depends who you
have
are.
the
accountant.
money. We, take care of the money that other people have. I don't have a lot of money.
Right, but how much money do you need? Like, what is the breaking point between like counting your own money and needing another person to count it for you?
10,000 gold.
Excuse you? Can you even count that high?
Oh, yes. I'm very capable.
So you said.
You said.
I love that's her catchphrase. I love it.
This sounds like a stupid job, and I would prefer that no one do it, as it doesn't seem practical or necessary. However,
She likes math.
However,
that's great. I'm assuming that you have work that you need to have continued on in your legacy after you are dead.
I mean, hopefully it won't be anytime soon, but I thought about my daughter and now she's dead. So he doesn't say it like that. He doesn't say it like that. And Adeline, you will know that his daughter and her husband were officially, they had an accident. Unofficially, they were murdered.
I'm just gonna
It's
kind of
like-
lean over and just be like, it's hush hush. Just don't worry about
It's
I don't
it's
know why. The report said
court
that she
gossip.
ran into the knife like 12 times. It was a tragic accident.
crashed. Okay, their airship crashed. There were no survivors. But the important part is Piper works for another merchant family, a lesser merchant family, and she likes her job. She likes her job, and she doesn't want to deal with politics. She mostly doesn't want to deal with politics, but she'll do it.
Politics sucks.
So,
Can I just- why isn't there anyone else that could take this job for you who is maybe more qualified? Does it have to be someone who's blood related to you?
something nepotism.
It's difficult finding someone
Trustworthy.
random who can deal with the who can deal with anything that you haven't spent all your life around.
Yeah. Yeah.
My father would not entrust the leadership of our tribe to just anyone, even in just another member of our tribe that he has not overseen for their entire life.
I suppose that's fair. I just wouldn't want to put that kind of pressure on someone who doesn't actually want it. I don't know if that's any better compared to a stranger.
Is that not what living is?
I suppose.
Did your parents not push you to become a guard or something of stability and note?
Stability and notes, yes, not a guard. If anything, that's probably the last thing they wanted me to do.
So they're disappointed in you.
No, it was more the case that they were worried for my health, and he just like gestures to his side, quite understandably so. But I wanted to help people. Sea Guard was the best place to do it for me.
Unfortunately, the four of us were not born into wealth and privilege. That comes with certain burdens that we will never know.
I mean, you're pretty, Lathondo, your family, not rich, but
I am certainly well taken care of.
Yeah.
I do not have like golden.
this.
I was
Yeah.
about to say something that was going to be really disturbing if I had finished that sentence. Money is not raining down on me.
Yeah. But definitely, if this was the real world, you would have gone to like a private school your entire life. Like you would have.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so Maddox will look at you and be like, to Darman, to answer your question, she is best suited because she understands both this life and the life of someone up and coming, having grown, like having spent her formative years with a lesser merchant clan, like with the Grant clan specifically. He'll say, he'll name drop, and I wouldn't trust my legacy to anyone else.
I suppose, no, I won't say I understand because it's definitely out of what I've experienced, but I at least see where you're coming from. I see your point.
Okay, so you all eat dinner. He says he's off to a meeting with your, I'm gonna say to Darman, your former boss, who was also the person, by the way, for the sake of clarity, who gave you this job.
Yeah, give me a job. Yeah.
Yeah, your former boss. And let me see if I can find. Oh, there she is. But he's basically going to leave you to your own devices until the morning, and someone will wake you and collect you in the morning. So is there anything between now and the morning you'd like to do? Or are you just going to go to bed and then wake up in the morning and get dressed? And
Yeah, I don't like this city.
Yeah.
Luthondo's a fun-loving dude, but he's just like, I hate this place. The less I have to be a part of it, the better. So he's just gonna pretty much just stay around Maddox's mansion and just
explore.
Yeah, no, just kind of like, stick to his own devices, meditate on the reason his father has sent him on this journey, and hopefully find the answer that his father wants him to find quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
But then where would the other 13 episodes of this show be?
I'm going home to my father.
We hear about this.
So Malfoy?
Anyone else? So, Lithando, you're meditating about life and the meaning, its meaning, and your purpose in it. Rowan?
Where are we spending the night? It's in this mansion?
Yeah, it's not like a mansion, it's more like a villa.
Okay.
I don't know how to I don't know what it looks like. I didn't draw a picture.
Is the city still burning?
Gelstar is still not doing hot. I mean, it's not falling.
It's very
not
hot.
falling.
It's very
Yeah,
hot.
no,
Like,
it's
fire.
toasty. It's toasty,
Yeah.
for sure.
So like, if to describe what Gelspar is and the state of Gelspar, it's not falling. It's not actively in danger of falling, but it's still tethered gently to Ardell. And the conversation that you know is going to happen tomorrow is about what they're going to do going forward. Because technically speaking, Gelspar doesn't need Ardell anymore. Ardell doesn't want Gelspar, but they also can't support themselves on their own. Like there's weird politics things happening.
I guess my main question was, would I be able to like sit outside, or is it just?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Well, that was what I was getting at. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I think.
Build yourself a little spider's nest. Sorry, spoiler alert. I didn't mean to do that. Ignore that.
Yeah, no, I think I would have gone to sit outside, just kind of contemplating the situation I found myself in. I probably would have let Drummond know so if he could join me if he so chose.
Yeah, he absolutely would have. He's probably standing right beside you. I guess maybe not staring at the burning island, because that'd be very weird view to be looking at.
So Gelspar is below you. So like here, you see this is Ardell, this is Gelspar, like kind of off to the side. So like you can see the smoke, but you could theoretically turn a different direction and see like the sky. But like it's just the sky.
Yeah.
It's just never ending clouds and black and stars.
Oh, it's nighttime. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was daytime. That was what was confusing me.
Oh no! It's nighttime. It is like late. It's like early dinner time.
Gotcha.
A little bit more than we bargained for, I think.
Wait, yeah, that's an understatement. I am very sorry. I thought this was going to be like a cute outing, just to get off the island for a bit at the very least.
No, that's okay. Are you feeling okay though?
Kind of touches his side, where he's the scar is. I'm a bit sore. Swung that sword around a bit too much, but I'm good.
A hand will reach out and he'll touch it, and it sort of looks like a web comes out, but it like almost seems to like disappear into the skin, and it like whatever pain you're feeling sort of alleviates.
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be swinging that thing around as much.
It's the best thing I can do, especially in this kind of situation.
I wonder if there are other islands.
I'm sure they are. We can't be the only one. At least not. We can't be the best one, at the very least.
I would surely hope not.
One day maybe we can go out and find some, visit some.
I'd
Hopefully
like that.
not get eaten by a worm on the way.
That would be preferable. I would I'd like to live long enough to have a life with you, if you don't mind.
I'd like to second that. I definitely would like to live long enough to have a life with you.
Hmm.
I mean, at least it's a one hell of a story we can tell.
At the very least. Have you ever been to one of these fancy things? Why were we talking about dressing up?
I've stood guard at one. I don't think that counts.
Oh, I'm sure you look dashing in your uniform, though.
I did. It was. I'll admit I did. It was at my peak time, you know. And I know you like a man in uniform.
That is true. I can't argue with the facts. But yeah, no, I've never been to such a thing. We don't get out much.
At the very least, it's an experience, and I'm glad you get to have it. Not so. I wish it was under any other circumstance.
All of this politics just makes my head spin.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Also, I'm sure Leia would have a lot of fun dressing us up, but tailoring my clothes is rather expensive.
Yeah. Sorry about putting you on the spot like that.
You know, I was kind of tempted to tell the truth. Hiding gets tiring sometimes.
Do you want to?
Sometimes.
I wasn't sure. Luthunder was very
Adamant?
yes. I was actually gonna say Luthundo, but that also works. Yeah.
I also wasn't sure. But
I'll always try to be in the way if he tries that again. But if you do feel comfortable with them, with both of them, let me know.
I will. Part of me also just kind of wanted to see Luthando's face, because I think it would be rather funny. But that's a whole other thing. So
let's wait on it. Luthondo and Alea seem like, I will say, they seem like very nice people at the very least. But just be sure you're sure.
I know. Should probably head to bed. Long day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Other islands to see.
I cannot wait.
Come. And we'll head off to bed.
I love them. Oh my god, I love them.
Oh my, it hurts
This is
to
so
much.
wholesome.
Okay. Alana, where are you during these touching moments?
So Alana is essentially having her own version of a spa day. Just solo, lots of face masks, you know, doing your hair, sending for someone to go get her clothes, nails, the whole thing. And she is busy writing. This is gonna sound really cheesy, but she's cheesy. She's writing letters of thank you to the party members for joining her on the adventure. And it was such a lovely time. I can't wait for tomorrow.
And so
just like slipping them under the doors as she goes.
Oh.
Hold on, because Luthando's in his room. Just sees a letter just after he's meditating, and then just opens it up.
It's scented.
And opens the door Why did you write a letter?
Well, I thought it would be nice. It's a thank you card.
You could just say thank you.
Well, yes, but I thought it would. It's a more personal touch.
A thank you is personal no matter how you do it. Why are you writing on paper?
Smell it. It's lavender. And I keep walking.
And Luthondo slams the door. Just
Okay.
My
and you
teacher's
just
so
hear
bad
him.
at this game.
And you just hear him.
I love the culture clash here. I am living
Oh,
for it.
it's so good. I love it.
Like, it's so. But here's the question: did you also leave Lathondo's keychain with their?
I still have his keychain.
Okay. And so when you get back to your room, you will find a summons for later this week.
Okay.
And it is from the court of your home country, of your
Yeah.
home of El
Like
Dorado.
the embassy, or like for me, like going there.
Like you going there.
Okay.
And specifically, it's for later in this week. It's one of those when you have time, but they don't really mean when you have time. They mean right now, but they also understand that you can't.
Right.
But specifically, it's asking you to return home to discuss the fallout and current status of Ardell and Galespar and what this means for continuing trade and all that.
Right. Okay.
And it says, please reply at your earliest convenience, and we will see you shortly.
Okay. I do not reply.
Okay.
They see the red tick. They're like,
Today
She
is
read
a
it,
day
she didn't
of
even reply.
relaxation. Thank you. Not
Tomorrow's the
business.
day the howler comes.
Exactly.
It's fine. And so you go about your relaxing day. I'm assuming you lay out your clothes for the next day, and all that jazz. And so, unless something has something to do specifically at night or the next day, we will cut to the morning. You are all dressed. You are at the carriage, I guess we'll call it, preparing to go. It is Maddox and Piper. They are waiting for you. Piper is dressed. Kendrick. Kendrick, because they're both Maddoxes. But Kendrick and Piper are waiting for you. They're both dressed quite fancy, but like not like overly fancy, like business casual, like business fancy. Actually, business fancy, not business casual.
Luthondo looks like a stripper.
Mhm.
But can this be the break moment?
Yes, and as we go, as you all load into the car, we're gonna take a break because some of us need to use.
We should see. So
Yes.
5 after the hour. So
Yes.
join us back for more Emberwind.
Yes. Hi, we're back. I mean,
Do monkeys. JoJo pose right there.
Listen, everything's a JoJo reference.
I rebuke that. I rebuke that.
In the name of the Lord.
Why?
In the
What do
name
you
of
mean?
Jesus, thou art rebuked.
What do you mean? Do you have something against JoJo? What's going on? Oh, you have to, do you have to fight or something? Is that what's going on?
Huh?
Do you have to fight?
Do you
Yeah,
like
something
JoJo? Is that sorry?
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on, wait. Yeah.
I
What's
think
wrong
the
with
game's gonna have to
JoJo?
end, everybody. There's a fundamental disagreement here.
What's wrong with JoJo?
It's
Hold
fine.
on.
I just don't find it interesting. It's been like 30 million years.
It's great.
My ex introduced me to JoJo on one particular scene, and that was the scene with the redhead who's just like licking the candy, but like making the sound, just like lick, 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 lick.
Yes.
And I was like, what is the show? Why am I
So
here?
weird.
I don't know. why
That
it's
scene was the
anything
most
anymore.
even for that show, that was the most out of character thing that happened the whole series. It was so weird. Oh god, that
So,
was
yeah.
great.
I like JoJo. I tried to like JoJo in high school, and it was fun. And then
It's
they decided to reboot it, and I just decided that it wasn't.
Some people, you're allowed to have bad tastes. So it's a free country. It's fine.
No, to be fair, I am a Zack Snyder apologist, so of course I have bad taste. I've known that.
Listen, it's okay. We're all gonna get through this, I promise.
Seems
I mean-
like barely though.
It's fine.
Inuyasha is a really
Exactly,
good
that was
anime.
right. Watch quality anime like Inuyasha.
JoJo is quality anime, just different to Inuyasha. Inuyasha is quality anime as well, but it's a different genre, it's a different thing.
Listen, I love me some Inuyasha, but I'm not gonna call that quality anime. It is trash anime, and that's why I love it. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about anime after the show. After the show, welcome
for
back.
Yeah.
That'll be a different stream that's not Emberwind, but welcome back to Emberwind episode 3. Hi, I'm our host Imani. This is our lovely class. Some of them have great taste in anime, some of them have questionable taste in anime. And then there's
The only person with
Adelaide.
questionable taste in anime is you. I'm sorry. I just need to put that out there. I'm just gonna. Anyway, yeah, let's keep
Well,
going.
This was a fun stream, everyone. I'm glad we were here for 2.5 episodes of Emberwind. We'll see you on our other separate streams as this one has come to a close.
Adelaide's just like, I don't know what this anime stuff you're talking about is.
I don't know all this anime stuff. I heard about the JoJo. I heard about the
What about the
Beastars, sexy
JoJo?
animals.
Oh yeah, the furry
So
starter
I-
pack. The furry starter pack. Yes, Beastars.
I know all about all that
The
all that
JoJo. Oh,
devil bullshit y'all into. I know.
oh god, I love that.
In this Christian household, never.
The lies! I did not realize that we came here to tell deceit
I
today.
am unmuting myself to throw up that X card.
Oh
No,
god.
I'm an atheist. I just want to be clear, viewers. I could not be further from the
Hallelujah.
truth.
Oh god, I love that.
Anyway, back in Emberwind, you're preparing to go to this very important court session involving the Council of Nobles, some important merchants, and they're going to discuss the fate of Gelsbar and Ardell, and where you're going from here. So you're in a carriage with Kendrick and Piper. Neither one of them are saying anything to each other. Piper is looking out the window. Kendrick is rehearsing his like paperwork, like figuring out like this is like what would you like? Would you like to do this right in awkward silence? Do you have any questions before he goes? How his meeting? Oh my god, that's my cat. How his meeting with your former boss went, what he expects specifically from you all when you get there.
Yeah, someone
what-
else. It's a
okay.
Kendrick. anything we need to know in particular? What I'm fine with us just standing there, but I'm assuming that's not exactly what you want us to do.
Correct. He will look up from his paperwork and be like, "Oh, excuse me, I need neutral parties to speak on behalf of Gelspar so that we can come to some sort of order and agreement as to what's going to happen between Gelspar and Ardell." And I say neutral parties because all of you, and he'll just all of you, come from a different. No, you have no direct monetary interest in the well-being either way. You are neutral. You are neutral parties, and you know best, having been out into the Azul as Azure, as Azure, Azru.
The ether, the miasma.
Yeah, but you've been out and you've seen the Skyworm, which is definitely a problem that we're gonna have to deal with.
Okay.
And we've been ignoring it.
Sounds good to me, I guess. What kind of questions exactly are they? From what you described, the nobles don't seem like the most altruistic people.
I can be accurate.
So, yes, we're a neutral party, but what can we exactly do to cater to them? Is there? What exactly do you want? Do you want Gelspar and Ardell to be separated?
Gelspar can't support itself currently separated, but that would be the ideal situation. That'd be the most ideal long-term situation.
Okay.
Like right now we can't separate, but like the long-term plan, yes, we need to come up with. They can't cut. Maddox will tell you he would like the Council of Nobles to not immediately cut Gelspar off from them, to maintain the status quo for a period of time until Gelspar gets back on their feet.
Okay.
And he's gonna be like, specifically, I need you to put the fear of Skyworms and everything in. Did you hear my cat?
Adorable.
Sorry, it's lunchtime. Into them, into the council. You have to yeah.
Okay, so we experienced that worm, and I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll be able to put the fear of the worm into them, but that does seem like a very separate situation to the whole Gelspar thing. What can we offer them? Because again, they don't seem like the type that would do it because it's the right thing to do.
And then he'll look at Piper, and that's where Piper comes in as a lesser merchant, as a liaison from a lesser merchant family. You are more aware of the dealings politically and financially of Gelspar to Ardell, and you could speak on the fact that Ardell can't support it. Like, it doesn't have enough workers to support itself. Like, this is a bad. Like, Gelspar and Ardell need one another, but for different reasons.
Okay.
But you're here to talk about the crystal, finding the other crystal.
Okay. So just have them stay connected for long enough for us or someone, because I'll be honest, I don't really want to go back out there. For someone to find a third crystal for Gelspar.
For Gelspar and Ardell to share.
Okay.
So they both need it.
I just turn to everyone else. Do you think that's something we can convince the nobles?
Piper's gonna be like, I'll give it my best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Sorry.
I look at Piper. Does she seem like dejected slash what's the word I'm looking for? Like she feels like she's not gonna do well.
She looks nervous. And like the way like a little kid is nervous when they're like, take your kid to work day. Like this could go great, but this is not like necessarily my direct wheelhouse.
Right. I'll like get her attention. And I will just say, you are far better suited at this than someone like me. I spoke with your grandfather last night, and he spoke highly of your capabilities. Looking over at Alea, I think that you will be able to do more than enough to
Sorry,
handle this job.
there's a sorry, I need to collect my cat. So Piper will look at you and say, thank you for your belief in me. I know my grandfather speaks highly of me, and believes highly of me. But it's nice to hear it from someone else, as opposed to just my family.
Is there anything that we should be wary of walking into this?
They are not that willing to listen, but they have to. We have seen, we have seen firsthand that Gelspar, their crystal is failing, and that they need this new crystal, and that the Ardell doesn't need this crystal and shouldn't take it and shouldn't try to jettison Gelspar, but they are going to be reluctant to listen.
I should rephrase that. Is there some faux pas that we might commit, or some particular noble we should not interact with before the grand meeting?
No. There's no one necessarily that you shouldn't interact with, and no one that you necessarily shouldn't. There's nothing you can do. And I'll say this to Lothando because Lothando, you're from a different culture, and also Alana because you're from a different culture, even though you've been here for a while. There's nothing that either one of you can do that they will call you out on that isn't going to be passed off as cultural differences. So don't worry about it. But also, and he'll see your face. We do not solve our problems with fisticuffs, however.
That's not what I was thinking, but I appreciate you going there. I just thought, what if I did the traditional dance of my people, the dance of the 7 scarves?
I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
And he looks at the rest of the party and he just smiles, like in that way that only someone who is about to do something truly chaotic and truly terrible can only smile at people.
Drama just sighs, like, okay, I guess it's not gonna go. It's not gonna be boring, at least.
Will you require music?
I'm not actually going to do it.
Got my hopes up for nothing. And so you'll arrive at the Council of the Nobles, and you'll see that so have you all seen Harry Potter at some point or another? It's the only reference I can make.
Yes.
So you know the scene in the 5th book where he's supposed to be going to court and he shows up at the court but it's the wrong one because they've lied to him about the time?
Mm-hmm.
That happens. You're late.
I look very flustered. I'm never late.
You clearly look when you get there. They lied to you about the time. They lied to Maddox about the time, and or they met before the time. They chose to meet before the time. Either way, Maddox is very upset, like visibly upset. And like kind of like storms into the chamber and like not throws the door open, but like doesn't, like, you know, when you're sneaking into a room that when you're late for class, and there's people walk in like they've done nothing wrong. He walks in like he's done nothing wrong. And he'll be like, "Counsel, sorry for our late admittance to the chamber. Apparently there was a miscommunication about the time and date. My apologies."
Is there like an insight check I can run on this guy?
Maddox or on
The person that was like, apologies for the mix-up.
Maddox
Was
was
that
saying
Maddox?
that was Maddox. Maddox was saying that to the
that was
council.
Maddox, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Maddox is
okay.
saying that to the council, like, but he's clearly being sarcastic. Like, he's clearly being sarcastic. He is not sorry because he, as far as he knows, they are early, and he is not late.
So okay. So an insight maybe check on the council to see if like they're looking at us like,
Yes.
like we beat them, you know, like, okay. Let's
Yes.
What my little thing. That's an insight check. Where's my d20? There. That's caught. That is a 12 over 11 is my insight.
Cool. You made it. You barely made it. You just made it.
Very close.
So you will know that the council was hoping to be finished with whatever they're doing. They look like guilty kids. They look like children whose hands have been caught in the cookie jar. Like, shit, he's here. What do we do? You recognize some of them, one of which being, actually, Darman and you both recognize one of the people who were there. One of the people who's there is Vice Admiral Rhea. She is the head of the guards, of the city guards for Ardell. So she's your former boss, and she's also, like, the person in the house of speakers who's in charge of, like, guarding the speaker people. I can't remember what that person's job is. Does
she look like she was in on giving us a late time as well?
She looks like she was in the middle of yelling at them.
Oh, okay.
She stopped yelling when the Maddox came in, but like she looks like she was in the middle of speaking, or speaking adamantly to them. And the council will be like, and Maddox will be like to the council, that he has important information to share and that they should have waited before doing anything to hear what he had to say and hear from you all. And he'll turn the floor over to you. And the council looks in varying levels of disinterest.
So
not
the
like,
oh no, let's finish.
You know, so they're not like actively not listening, but they're all actively kind of like, crap.
So Luthando will step up, and just to set the scene for everyone, you see people in, beautiful clothes. Luthando is literally in a G-string and nothing else. As he is just like tossed the coat over to the side.
Okay.
I got their attention.
You have their attention. So imagine the way the room is. There's a bunch of seats, like benches, but like, and then there's like a wall with like higher, like a pulpit type situation happening where the council is all sitting, and there's like a person at the foot of it who's like in charge of like keeping record, and then the Vice Admiral was standing in between the pulpit area and the seated area, like the witness section. And so she will sort of stand to the side, but they are all looking at you. They are all making
very direct eye contact, as they do not want to look down. We have heard that there are mutterings, musings among this council of separating Gelspar What is the other
Ardell.
one? Ardell. I was about to say Arendelle, and I'm like, that's not the name. Of separating Gelspar and Ardell. We were tasked by, he points at Maddox, to find a solution to this problem. Upon our journey out there, some of you were told of this expedition, and he starts looking around to see who looks guilty when he says that.
Several of them look guilty. One woman in particular. Looks like she's making the face, but I've done nothing wrong. That kind of face.
Gotcha. So we were accosted on the way to our actual destination by a Leviathan of the skies. He just starts looking around to see who seems disbelieving or unknowing.
All of them look disbelieving, but none of them look unknowing. Like,
Gotcha.
I mean, not none of them. Some of sorry. Let me rephrase that. All of them look disbelieving, but some of the disbelief seems fake. Like, this is not the first time they're hearing this, because they've heard it from the chasers, but they also don't believe the chasers either. Like, the idea of this Leviathan, because you didn't come back with it, like, clearly you're lying. Clearly you're lying.
A skyworm ate our ship.
Someone will say, and Alana will, you will recognize her as Lady Machina, Machia, Machia.
Machia?
Machia, sure, we're gonna go with Machia. That looks like Deus Ex Machia. That sounds right. You will recognize her as Lady Machina. She is a longtime council member. And generally speaking, she is the person, she's not Umbridge in this situation, but she's like someone who regularly says what they're thinking and thinks they're always right. Like, that's the side that she is on, and she's on the side of, you will know that she's on the side of the council saying, fuck Gelspar, jettison that shit. So she is your biggest threat, I guess. And you can hear her scoffing as, like, Luthondo says things like, of course not. Like, she's like muttering she's clearly muttering under her breath.
Luthondo will stop talking and then slowly turn his head at her. Do you call me a liar, madam?
I say you have no proof. Only your word.
Did not your chasers confirm this very story?
I don't know what you're talking. She'll immediately deny that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have any chaser.
Let me rephrase. And he starts looking at the other members of the council. Will not the chasers that were in league with this council verify that a skyworm ate our ship? And he just goes back to looking at Machia.
You'll see a couple people look nervous, but no one says anything. They're all looking between the two of you, like waiting to see what happens. And Machina will be like, specifically using my words, the chasers are a Gelspar ilk. We have no business with them.
I see. So lying is something natural for you people?
Are you calling me a liar, sir?
To your face, yes.
Oh.
I know I'm the talker in this group, but I am just letting this happen. This is too good.
Okay. Does anyone else want to say anything while she is intimidating.
I'm just standing back. I thought that Alea was gonna be doing the talking, but seeing Lathunder take stage, Jarman's like, oh, okay.
Rowan is impressed.
Um,
That
The
was the
fun-
little Dragon Age Rowan approves. Coming up.
Was it +5 or +10?
+10.
+10. Yes.
He's loving this. He's loving this.
So yeah, I say it's like, yes, it is very clear from your various compatriots and from the chaser herself that that she was sent on your behalf. I don't know why, as she merely took the contraband the smuggler had and certainly did not return with the crystal, but we did.
she'll look real mad. Like as soon as you say the contraband, she'll look real mad. Like not at you, but like you know, like that face where like you've told someone to do something and they've clearly lied to you about what happened and you're just discovering what happened. She's making that face.
Gotcha.
Because she sent a drug addict to get something and the drug addict came back with drugs, not what I sent you to get. But that's the face she's making. She's making the face like, the sour face like, I don't know what you're talking about because this is not what I was told.
So yes, we encountered the Skyworm. Actually, question for you.
Yes.
So there was a second ship out there that we almost ran into. Was that the chaser?
It was that ship. That was the chaser.
Just want to make sure. I just want to make sure it was their ship.
Yeah, it was their ship. With the giant skull on it.
So yes, we have the testimony of the four of us, of the one known as Hobbs, of the chasers, of which there were at least 15 to 20.
And you know, I can't think of her name right now, but you do know the chaser. You'll give her the chaser's name.
I'll give that name. And so I say 25 plus people can verify that a Skyworm was in existence.
And finally, oh yeah.
Are you saying that we all hallucinated this?
She will like do like the collecting herself sort of thing and be like, well, fine, there was a Skyworm that's irrelevant to the current situation at hand, which is dealing with Gelspar and Ardell. We will send and she'll look at the Vice Admiral conglomerate, not conglomerate, a platoon, thank you. I was gonna say a class, but that wasn't the right word either. A platoon of soldiers to deal with the Skyworm. If you can, we will take the coordinate from your ship, figure out where the supposed Skyworm was, and we will deal with it.
I mean, that's kind of all he was told to do. So he kind of looks at Kendrick and is just like, anything else?
Kendrick will then step forward and be like, on the matter at hand, however, of Gelspar and Ardell, I believe that it is in the best interest of both Gelspar and Ardell to remain intrinsically linked to one another for the time being until Gelspar can manage to, and he'll like go off on this like not tangent, but like spiel about how Gelspar can't support itself by itself, and it is Ardell's not duty, but like moral obligation to do the right thing. And she'll gesture to Piper, and Piper will like chime in occasionally with like some statistics and facts and things that she knows. But the council doesn't appear very swayed by Kendrick's talk, I guess is the way that we're gonna go with it. And the more you see the more Kendrick talks and the more disinterested they seem, the angrier you can see the Vice Admiral getting. Until in the middle of Kendrick speaking, she'll like interrupt him to yell at the council.
Ooh.
Because she can see that they're not interested. Like she's hot-headed, and Darman, you will know this, that she is regularly sparred verbally with them, but she doesn't generally speak outright defy them. But she tries to convince them to do the right thing on a regular basis. Whether they listen to her is up for debate. She will say, we can't just jettison an entire populace of people. That would be somewhere between murder and like a wholesale slaughter, especially if there's a Skyworm out there that needs to be defeated, that they would need a way to defend themselves. And that together you're stronger than you are apart. Would anyone like to?
Luthandra kind of looks at Alea as he's done the job of convincing them of the truth of the matter. Now they need to be convinced of their own pigheadishness.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Luthando has done an excellent job in informing you all of the severity of the situation. Now we can come to solution.
So our solution, and Lady Machina will be like, is we will simply send out a platoon to, in fact, Lady Machina will smile, and like, she makes this face, and she's making this face, this I'm scheming face. Since you survived,
okay.
Stop doing that right now.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Since you have survived the Skyworm,
one encounter was enough. I'm just going to interrupt her immediately.
Oh,
One encounter was enough. Thank
We're very
you.
capable, yes.
oh, but are you incapable of dealing with this problem that plagues your people?
It'll plague you just as much. Just want to point that out.
Yes, but our chaser, not our chasers, our city guard, she'll offer you a deal. Rather, she'll propose a solution. And this is going to be there are choices. Your options are the city guard will help. They will maintain the connection to Gelspar in exchange for you dealing with the Skyworm, because if the Skyworm is dealt with, then Gelspar can be free, and everyone's happy. Everyone will be happy. And while you all deal with the Skyworm, the city guard will deal with fixing Gelspar while you're gone.
Is that our only option? That's it?
Your other option is we jettison Gelspar and hope for the best, and we go find the other crystal. And
well, I think it's all in our best interest to keep the two areas connected.
And we'll specifically, they'll deal with the worm on their own, but Gelspar will be on its own.
I think we are all capable of handling a worm, but we need a new ship, a better ship.
Okay. I believe Kendrick, and she'll look at Kendrick, can supply you with
and better food.
Yes, please.
Yes, I believe that is all within Kendrick's purview. And when the Skyworm is dealt with, or found, dealt with, and returned with proof of its defeat, we will free Ardell from Gelspar's weight.
I am confused.
Me too.
Yes.
Do you not owe the wealth of this city to the people of Gelspar?
You don't have the workforce in just Ardell.
We can make it work.
You couldn't even run a council meeting correctly, let alone actually make an entire city work on your own. But I appreciate that joke. So,
And what's to guarantee that you won't just let this connection between the two areas split again once we're done with the worm? Notary.
The person at the counter, not the counter, at the desk, who's been taking notes will like look up, like, yes, you rang.
The stenographer.
The stenographer's like, I'm also a trained notary. Yes, what's up?
Well, it sounds like a contract is in order.
Okay, so you will get to hash out the terms and conditions, and Kendrick will do the thing where he like kind of like shoves Piper forward, like, hey, this is your time to shine. Go
fly, baby bird.
Yeah, go fly, baby bird. I believe in your ability to figure out what's best for Gelspar, and like he sort of says that to Piper, like in like a low tone of voice where you all can hear because you're all standing down, but like people up in the can't necessarily hear what he is saying. And how would you like to negotiate the terms and conditions of this agreement?
I mean, the main thing is not to cut off Galspar and Ardell, because I don't know if I'm just misunderstanding it, but literally every option they've given us is we're gonna cut the cord, which is not what we want.
No, that is not what you want. So yes, that you will note that the two options it's just a question of now or later. And so Kendrick doesn't necessarily. So you know from before that Kendrick doesn't necessarily want Ardell and Gelspar to be free right now. Like right now, Gelspar would be fine. Ardell would not be fine. Like Gelspar could pull their shit together and make it work. They have the people. They have some of the resources. They're scrappy and hungry and all that jazz. Young, scrappy, and hungry. They are all those things. They would make it work.
They all great musicals.
Or people will inevitably come together to make that work.
Exactly,
Whereas the rich people will eat each other.
Exactly. Kendrick knows that. The council doesn't think that's what's going to happen. They have higher faith in their they think real highly of themselves.
Can we just let them?
There's nothing stopping you. The dealing with that is going to be that could be a fallout for later.
Yeah, fine. Let's do the morally correct option and let these rich people flip and live.
Yeah.
If that isn't a mood, I don't know what is.
Lithondo's real upset about it, but he has put his lot behind Kendrick Maddox, and Kendrick Maddox's plan is keep them together for the moment so they can all, survive for a little bit longer. So Luthondo will stick by that, even if he wants them to die in the void.
Yeah. So the specifics of the specifics of the agreement that will be made is that you all, with a platoon of the trusted of the people that what's her name? Vice Admiral Rhea she'll be like, because like the council will try to be like, oh, we'll send people with you that we trust, and she's like, no, I'll send people that I trust to deal with this. They'll come with you. So you're not going to be fighting it on your own. Like, you are not being left on your own. Kendrick will agree to provide you, or rather to fix the ship that you already have and make it skyworthy again, because you already have it. There's no reason to buy a new ship. This one works. Just make it better. And
so we get to name the ship, right? We get to name our own ship.
You get to name your own ship.
Yes.
You can hash that out in like 5 minutes when you actually leaving.
Cool.
And so you deal with the Skyworm. Gelspar and Ardell will stay together until which time you return with the dead Skyworm. In which case, by then Kendrick, that is the time frame which Kendrick has to figure out how to make Gelspar and Ardell come to terms with their inevitable separation. Kendrick will also supply Piper. Will suggest Piper come with you as a learning experience, similar to Lafondo's learning experience.
Okay.
And she's an accountant.
She'll point out that she's also an Ardent. An Ardent.
Ardent.
Twinsies.
She's
Well-
not completely helpless. She is skilled.
No better way to
Cool.
see the world then.
Also, it's the house, so you better get to know one another and all that jazz. There's reasons. Piper's coming with us. I'm gonna have to deal with that in a minute, but it's fine. Also there's the agreement that needs to be made about what to do with the other sky crystal or hearth crystal that you did not find. There's also that to deal with, but that'll be a question for another day, because you guys all, as you're now, get to argue about the name of your ship. Who has any suggestions?
Oh.
I'd like to call it. I would like to vote for the Lion Song, but that's just me.
I love that name. That's very nice.
I kind of like it.
There's a nice ring to it.
Are we all agreeing that the Lion Song is the name of your ship?
Yes.
He just flexes when we agree to it.
Yes.
Yes. Ugh. Lion song.
So they'll write again. The stenographer will write out the contract. They'll put the Lion Song as the ship and crew and all that jazz that is going to be dealing with this problem, and that you are leading on the behest of Kendrick Lamar and the council, and that neither side shall try to impede the other until you're back. And
Can we just not roll back real quick? You said Kendrick
Yes.
Lamar. I just want to point out real quick. You said Kendrick
You
Lamar.
did say that, and I did not actually catch it.
You know,
I was like, damn, prolific.
Kendrick, that is.
Listen, sometimes you
great.
just get around, you know?
Oh, that was so
There it
good.
is.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Okay, I guess he's in our campaign now. Okay.
BT Dubs, anyone watching it for the stream, Mr. Kited Cajun won the giveaway. Woo! So you get a copy of, so contact Val to get your code, to get your copy of Wailing Song. And as we're wrapping up, so did you have anything else besides tell me that I said Kendrick Lamar?
I had, because it just kept going. I was like, wait.
This is funny. This is good.
I had
This
to
is
bring
good.
it up. I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice. Kendrick Maddox. And so hands will be shaken. People will do the thing. Machina looks way more smug than she should. But like, technically you've gotten exactly what you wanted out of this conversation.
Just want to punch her. Just one good time.
I feel like you might get a chance soon.
Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get one good chance.
The scene will end with you outside of the council chambers. Maddox will be like, I will deal with procuring and repairing your ship. And maybe speaking to some people about what they know about Skyworms, and also if you would like to investigate anything that might be I guess in the archives might know. In
And
the library. Like just
Lathanna will turn to Rowan.
check the library. He'll be like, I don't know if they know anything, but maybe they do. Maybe because we've heard rumors of Skyworms before, but no one survived seeing one, or no one reliable has survived seeing one. Like, people have seen them, but it's like, I don't believe you. You can't prove it, and so you're claiming that there were multiple people who survived seeing it. Therefore, bring it back alive or dead. Bring it back dead. Don't bring it back alive, please. It's not a pet. It is not Calvin.
We just ride in like, hey, we got a friend. We're gonna keep going because it's chasing us, but it's coming. It's on its way.
Okay,
Have,
cool.
have the Skyworm battle right outside of Gelspar and Ardell. They'll believe us now.
I mean, it's called kiting, and you could totally do it.
Listen, I'm bad at kiting.
So hi everyone, this is going to be the wrap up of our episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Up next week, we will be, Alana will have a mysterious going away party,
Well, yes.
possibly.
Don't worry. I've got plans. I've got an idea in mind.
Okay. And you all will go fishing, Skyworm fishing.
Sounds fun.
Or you go to the library before you go Skyworm fishing. It's fine, either way.
Yeah, totally. Ooh.
Prepare yourself for
You wanna
Skyworm
go
fishing. Fishing is fun.
Rude. Y'all rude.
And so let's go around the table and do our outros. Starting with Addie.
Yes, that is me, Adelaide Garner. You can find me at Adelaide.
You muted yourself.
Why did I do that? I thought I had was muted and then never mind. Anyway, Adelaide Gardner, Adelaide on Twitter and everywhere else. You can find me on Faith Forge Academy. Our podcast, our new episode released yesterday. Super good. We had Gabe James Games, a very good friend of mine, as our guest that episode. So go check that out. And also we have a Kickstarter for the expansion pack for our game, Monsters of Merca, my company's game, that is full of very funny memes. We enjoy memes. And that launches on Tuesday, so go check that out. Super funny.
Cole.
Hey, howdy, bye. I'm Cole. You can catch me on Friends Who Roll Dice on Mondays and Tuesdays. So you should totally come check that out. And I don't have anything else to plug. And that's me.
I mean, that's fair. Drac.
I'm Jack or Draconics on Twitter. Just spelling that out, DRAKONIQUES. Because I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it in the French accent, so I'm just gonna stick with the English.
Draconic. It's not hard.
I'm fine. I'll just stick with Draconics. It's or Drac. I'm one of the co-founders of Friends Who Roll Dice. I'm in a lot of other stuff that I can't announce or just flat out can't remember. So just follow me on Twitter. Just follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet about it. I'll probably retweet it. So yeah, that's me. Quarantine brain is real, guys. I'm out
real.
of it.
Quarantine brain is real.
And Barty? Marquise?
Hi, everybody. I am Barty Time. You'll catch me here every Saturday at 1 p.m. You can also catch me on Sundays on Nerd League Gaming, where we play Mass and New Generation for Hero Complex, but we will not be playing tomorrow. We're taking a 1-week hiatus just because it's a long weekend, and it thought it'd be nice if, people would have a day to themselves. You can catch me on Mondays on Dice Tyrants, where I play in Dragons of Rula, the 8th Edition Steamworks game, where I play the murder mouse known as Bright Eye, and on Tuesdays in the Vampire Masquerade, where I play the opposite of murder, the now demon-possessed, now multi-possessed vampire known as Amontos. And yeah, I think that's mostly it for all of my shows, but you can catch me tonight on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in 4 hours. Well, I'm going to play a little bit of Undertale. I've never played it before, so I can't wait to play more of that game.
Good.
So you could just join me on my own Twitch stream, because I need to do more solo streaming. So it'll be great to see people there. Pew, pew. Barty time. Barty _time.
And I am Imani. I have been your storyteller for this game. You can find me on Twitter at mCatterDev on Twitter, Margaret Catter TV on Twitch, Margaret Catter on itch.io. I stream game dev stuff and game development things. Sometimes I play Final Fantasy 14, and I obviously storytell for this game. And I'm launching a Kickstarter for my game, Check Yes Romeo, next week, hopefully, if Kickstarter gets back to me with proving I'm a human being, because they're like,
That's
they don't recognize my social security number, and I'm confused. So that's a whole other conversation. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. Until next week, we will see you then.